2015 was the biggest roller coaster ride of my entire life. My journey actually starts in October of 2014 when my father was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. He was given 10 to 12 months to live, and I was in the hospital room when he was given that information. That was probably the weirdest moment of my life. It's really hard when you're in a room with someone who is being told they are going to die. You don't have much time left. You are going to die. It is for sure. His cancer was inoperable. The tumor was wrapped around major arteries and blood vessels, and if they attempted to remove the tumor, he would have died on the operating table. He would have just bled out. There's no way he would have survived. So surgery was not an option. Fast forward to January 2nd of 2015, my then boyfriend of 8 years proposed to me. Obviously, I said yes, and I was so excited. But throughout the planning and leading up to the wedding, I had a lot of worries that my husband, now Andrew, only wanted the wedding when we had it because he wanted my father to be there. And of course, I wanted my dad to be there. I wanted him to walk me down the aisle. I wanted that. But I didn't want him to marry me just for those reasons. I didn't want him to rush into marriage. So I had a lot of anxiety in my life at this moment. I actually ended up being officially diagnosed with anxiety and depression when I had an anxiety attack in the doctor's office because I got the date wrong of my appointment, and it was just a full-blown panic attack. So I was diagnosed in August of 2015 with depression and anxiety. And now that I'm a little bit more understanding of anxiety and I have a better control on it, I have realized that this is something I have been struggling with my whole life. I just didn't know it was a thing. I just thought that's how I was and it was normal. But now that I know it's not normal and I feel normal, I realize that this is something that I could have taken care of a long time ago. But anyways, so we got married on August 1st of 2015. It was the happiest day of my life. It was a fairy tale wedding. We got married at a castle in a park, and it was beautiful. And all my friends and family, my dad was there, and it was picture perfect. I couldn't have asked for a better day. Exactly 2 months after my wedding, my father passed away. I got the call from my mom that he had passed away. When I got to my parents' house, he was just kind of laying in the hospital bed. So seeing my dad in a hospital bed, no longer living, was probably the hardest day of my life. We had to wait a couple hours for, I don't know who picks him up, some people to show up and come pick him up. So it was kind of weird just hanging out in the house with my dad when he was no longer with us. But it was also kind of nice because I got to see him one last time. He was cremated, so there was no open casket funeral or anything. It was just his ashes in a rose just sitting there with pictures around him. So I guess it was weird and unsettling, but it was also kind of nice to have those few hours to say goodbye. Anyways, I then became even more depressed. I became angry, and I was angry at everybody. I was angry at, mostly would take it out on Andrew, which he did not deserve it all, but that's just how I handled my emotions. A few weeks later, I was presented with the opportunity to have my very own classroom, so I was given a new job. So in the span of 3 months, I got married, I lost my father, and I started a new job. It was a lot, and I honestly thought I was losing my mind. I was angry, I was crabby, I was crying and sleeping all the time. It was just not a good situation. Then one of my friends at school, one of my coworkers, a fellow teacher, approached me, and she asked if I would be interested in starting a workout program. And at first I was a little bit unsure about it. I didn't think I could hold myself accountable. But after talking to her and realizing how passionate she was about this product, I gave it a shot. So I started with 21 Day Fix, and I realized that having the workout schedule and a meal plan and the Shakeology, it gave me something to stick to every day that wasn't necessarily an obligation like work or spending time with Andrew or family members, which was mentally draining for me at this time in my life. But it gave me something to do for myself to better myself. And within the first week, I was already feeling more energized. I wasn't sleeping as much. I mean, it wasn't like an end-all be-all of my mental health problems. Those are something I still deal with on a daily basis. But I definitely felt a huge difference in my life. And I know Andrew noticed a huge difference in my life. The first time around, I lost about, I think it was 6 to 8 pounds. I don't remember exactly. So my teacher friend again approached me and she said, "How do you feel about becoming a coach?" And I thought about it and I was unsure. I talked to Andrew about it and I realized how much Beachbody and 21 Day Fix and these programs really did help me through a really extremely hard time in my life. And they helped me become more me again. I wasn't the angry, grumpy, sad person I had been the past few months. I was a little bit more happy. I was less sleepy. I was more energized. I wasn't lashing out on Andrew anymore. And I just wanted to be able to share this opportunity with others. If this was something that helped me in my life so much, I knew I could help others. I always tell people, I'm a primary teacher. I always tell people, by day I help the kids, by night I help the grown-ups. So it feels good to help someone, and I think that also helps with my mental health, my depression and anxiety, is helping others realize their potential. And once those endorphins kick in with the workouts and how eating properly can make you feel so much better, it really has changed my life. And I just wanted to share these feelings and this experience with others, hoping that others can have the same results I had, just to better themselves, better their lives, and just become happier people and feel good about themselves again, and just know what they can do and know that it's okay to be sad and it's okay to cry and it's okay to be anxious and it's okay to take naps, but you can't let that run your life. You have to fight back. And I feel like Beachbody helped me fight back and give me back my life and most of my personality. I'm not there yet, but I know with Beachbody continuing it, I will be where I want to be soon, and I can't wait.